Hello. Um, Welcome to your favorite podcast in the world. Welcome. This fan is going to ruin the recording. I swear to God, I might have to turn it off. I don't want to turn it off. I'll keep it this way. There you go. Beautiful. Welcome to Thoughts, Feelings, and Reflections, week 4. It's officially a month. Congrats. Welcome to August, I think. At this point, I think we're in August. It's been a while since last time. I mean, last week we talked about vinyl, CD, DVD, and what I think about it personally. And this week it's going to be a bit of a dodgy topic, so it's up to you if you want to keep going. And it's not AI, it's not anything like that. You've probably read the title. But this week I want to talk about Michael Jackson. If you could see the video, also available on YouTube, by the way. Um, on Tuesdays after the main show on the Monday, then you would see that I've got my Michael Jackson Thriller shirt on. Um, a few things before I actually get into the topic. Number one, I'm experimenting with a new type of sound. I've connected my phone to my laptop this time, so it's less editing for me to do. I don't have to edit it this time. I can just crop it and send it off, which is really nice. So that's one thing. Second thing, I got new glasses. You probably can't tell if you're not watching the video. You probably can't tell if you watch, if you are even if you are even if you aren't, because they look the same. But I got new glasses. But I am filming these again back to back, and it's week 2 of filming. And I technically started last Monday, and it's now Thursday, the week after, 22nd of July. Great. Um, Third thing, I know Michael Jackson is a topic. It's he's obviously still the number one biggest selling artist in the world with Thriller, and I don't want to get into the controversy. Uh that's not we're not discussing that. If you obviously people have their opinions on Michael, so don't if you don't think it's right, come back next week. We'll have something new. And I get it. I get it. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Me personally, I think he's innocent, but that's not what I'm talking about this week. I'm more talking about the music and the artistry more than the person. And even if you think or you think, I think in this case, like I've seen it read, like I said before, that you can separate the art from the artist, and I think this is one of them moments. So I'm not getting into the controversy this week. That's I don't want to talk about it. I want to more so talk about my experience with Michael Jackson. It's not like I'm not going into the Michael Jackson history. I probably will end up at some point, but I'm not going to be going in depth about his controversy. So we're not getting into that. Um, but I think this is a relevant topic because the film came out in April, and that's mad to think that it's now technically August, but still July. That's 3 months ago. That's 3 months ago. I don't like that. That's insane. Oh, that is insane. Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, let's talk Michael Jackson after the disclaimers are out of the way. But yeah, don't. Yeah, final warning, I guess. And now we're gonna talk. I've loved Michael Jackson for a while. It's not something that I've just randomly stumbled upon. It's not something that I've started to love now because I've seen the movie or something like that. Actually, my love for Michael Jackson spans all the way back to roughly 2012. I'm 19, so I was 2007. I was 0, one, two, five, maybe. Um, I was 2 when Michael Jackson died, so I don't remember that at all. But but yes, Um, I my love for Michael Jackson has actually gone on for a while. To start it, I don't really remember how I found Michael Jackson. Obviously, it came up somewhere down the line, somewhere. But my grandmother's sister, so technically my great auntie, I think that's how it works. I don't know. I don't know how families work. She was quite a huge MJ fan, from what I've heard, and I was gifted by my nan because she passed on the year before I started discovering MJ. I think I went into that bedroom as a kid for some reason, and I was opening drawers. That's probably because I was just going hunting. I was a kid, you know what I mean? I'm 5. Like, I just went on a little hunt. I think they might have been clearing the bedroom out, clearing some of her stuff out, and I stumbled upon like, vinyls. Technically, my first thing for vinyl as well, but that's last week, not this week, different topic. That's how we work. Do you know what I mean? And I remember being gifted the record player that came with it. I don't know if I still have it. I might. Not a clue. But I had a vinyl that sort of stuck with me, and it was Michael Jackson's Thriller. And because I was so young, I don't really remember when I started listening to Thriller, or I don't remember specific dates. But I remember that I put Thriller on, and that's where it all started. From that point on, I ended up getting albums of Michael Jackson's. I think I had Thriller, Bad, maybe not on vinyl, maybe on CD, I can't remember, but I think it was Thriller, Bad, um, don't know, that might have been it. Dangerous, maybe, and a few DVDs. One of the DVDs was Michael Jackson's Vision, which is a DVD compilation of all of his like music videos and stuff. And as a kid, I was absolutely obsessed. Like, I loved MJ. I would watch the Ghosts short film at least like 3 times a day. I would try and practice to dance. It's a really hard dance anyway. I still can't do it. You know what I mean? But I loved Michael Jackson. As a kid, I had the wig. There was a wig, and I had a glove. I've got the glove now. I can get it. It's on the floor, actually. So I'll get it while I'm talking for the video viewers. There it is. There's the glove, for those who can see it. I'm actually... So I'll put it on, actually, and then I'll hold the phone with it. I think that actually makes sense. But yeah, I started loving Michael Jackson. It was all because, really, of my grandmother. She really got me into MJ, as far as I'm aware. She was the one that, like... give me the record player, and she was the one that the glove. Sorry, the glove is on now. I think it looks great. But she was the one that gifted me the glove, and she was. I think the glove as well. Yeah, but she was the she was the one that got me the glove. She was the one that got me the CDs and stuff. And I have one photo of me looking like this, which is from 2013, so a year after. It just looked dumb. It really did. I just can't look at photos of me when I was young. Anyway, I look young. Do you know what I mean? I look really young. And fast forward a year to around 2014. I remember being on a computer. So I was around 7 at this time, I think. And I was on a computer. So 7. Yeah. So when I was 7, I was on the computer, and I found out that there was a new Michael Jackson album releasing, and it was called Escape. If you don't know what that album is, it's a post-death album of unreleased songs. It has Chicago on it. I think most people know what Chicago is. It's an alright song. We might get to that later. And I remember when it released, me and my nan went to Asda, which is Walmart in America. And we went there, and I got a copy of Escape because she bought it for me. And I'll always remember that because it'll come into play later when I discuss it. But I will always remember that album being quite a big, prominent album in the Michael Jackson phase for me, mostly. And slowly after that, I don't really... This is a huge gap. Laptop got into today. Screensaver. Right, so get up and wiggling. Right, yes. So I... At that point, it's like a weird gap. I don't remember a lot. I remember I went off him for a little while. And then obviously as I got older, I was learning more about Michael. So obviously back then, I knew artist, Moonwalk, Thriller. It's late at night, leave me alone. Moonwalk, Thriller, Dancing, albums. Nan, basically. And then as I got older, then I learned more. I learned about how, Michael Jackson might or might not have done some things, and that sort of put me off, I think, a little bit, because I didn't really know a lot about it at the time. And then around 2022, I don't know, can't remember, but I was old enough, do you know what I mean? Like, I was old enough to know what Michael Jackson might or might not have done. But I never really kept it in my mind. And I was looking for a film to watch that night, I remember. And I was looking for something to watch, and I saw this thing on Netflix, and it was called Michael Jackson's This Is It. For those who don't know, and I said I wasn't going to go into the history, but you sort of need to know for the context. Michael Jackson's This Is It was a tour that he was supposed to do back in 2009. But obviously he sadly passed away before he got the chance to do the tour. But with all the footage that they made from the rehearsals, they put together a concert film, which apparently is one of the highest grossing concert films in the world. I think Taylor Swift's Eras Tour broke that. Can't remember, actually. Maybe not. I don't know. But that's the context. And it was on Netflix, so I added it to my list, and I was like, oh, I'll check it out one day. I remember Michael Jackson, do you know what I mean? Like, I remember Michael. He was a big part of my life back in the day, so, I mean, I'll check it out. I guess in the gap, I didn't really, like, go off him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I knew something was up, but, Billie Jean came on, I'd love Billie Jean. If Man in the Mirror came on, I loved Man in the Mirror. Blood on the Dance Floor, I loved Blood on the Dance Floor. Great song. Alright, I don't even know if you heard that, but a motorbike just went down really fast. Stupid arsehole. And, back to topic, because I'm getting off topic. And then I watched the film one night. I didn't actually watch it the night that I found it. I left it in the list for a while, because obviously on Netflix you can list things. So I put in the list. I'm going to remove the phone from the glove hand, because it might be making scratching sounds. So I added it to the list, and then I watched it about like a week later. And I sat down, and I sat through the entire film, like start to finish. It's 2 hours long, I think. And I didn't get up out my seat. I think I took a pause, like midpoint, because I wanted a drink. But I think that was it. And I was like stunned. Alright. Sorry, I got a notification on my laptop. It's got my battery's got 10%. I don't care. But I was stunned by what I've seen, because I don't remember watching this. I don't think I watched it as a kid. This is it. I might have. I can't remember. Again, years ago, brain fog. It's all that late night driving, and I took a break, like midpoint. I think I sat downstairs for a bit, and I was talking about it with my parents, and I was saying, like, his artistry is insane. Like, at first I was like, I've never seen somebody be so angry over something like this, like take control over their own show, because Michael Jackson was a perfectionist, obviously. So if there was an issue with something, he would point it out straight away. Like, if something was off even slightly, bang, there it is. Like, you're done for, basically. Do you know what I mean? Like, your career might be on the line. Biggest selling artist of all time, and you're gonna be in trouble if something goes wrong. But I got the drink, I was finished that conversation, and I went, right, I'm gonna go back upstairs, I'm gonna watch more. This is it, I want to finish it. And I finished it, and I was like, sort of tearing up a little. I don't think I cried, I think I teared up, because it was like, this man really gave a lot to the world, to his life, to his career. I mean, again, not to get too deep into the history, but the fact that he was like, he started off really young and he basically worked until he died. That's like amazing, and there will never be anyone like him again. Get to that later, I think. But so I finished watching This Is It, and I was a bit stunned. I was like, oh my god, this is insane. This is Michael Jackson. Like, I forgot about everything. And then I went straight onto Spotify, found a playlist. Again, later night, leave it alone. I found a playlist of Michael Jackson's greatest hits, I think. And I played them. And I was like, oh my god, like, this is awesome. Billie Jean is insane. Like, Beat It is amazing. I think I discovered Human Nature for the first time at that point as a song. I don't think I ever knew about it before. And then I listened to it there, and I was like, this is beautiful. The same with Speechless, because Speechless is in it. And that's from the Invincible album, but I don't think I had the Invincible album. Not, again, one of his biggest albums. And then sort of after that, I slowly started to become obsessed again, sort of. Like, it was, if I was going to a record shop, I'd come on with a Michael Jackson CD or a Michael Jackson vinyl. And within that time frame, I saw a tribute act in an arena. An arena, mind, not like a theatre, an arena. It was a sold-out arena of about 1,000, maybe more. And that night, I think I bought Thriller and Bad on CD. Because I walked in with this huge HMV bag, which I opened up ever so slightly, and they could look in, and there's 2 CDs at the bottom of the bag, and the bag is so big. Like, what was the point? The bag is shit, by the way. I don't know where it is. I haven't seen it since. I hate tote bags. Maybe that's next week's issue. But the tribute act sort of solidified it for me as well, because I never saw a tribute act when I was a kid. I had tickets to see Thriller live, and I never went, because I hate theatres at that point. And if you know me now, look at me, do you know what I mean? Like, yes. But, I saw the tribute act. He's called Michael Starr and Ben. He's amazing. If you were hearing this and you ever see that he's near, watch him. Wow. Sensational. But yeah, that sort of solidified it for me. It's like, this man is truly amazing. I don't think I cried. I think I was like just enjoying myself again that night. And that's when everything started hitting. The first vinyl I bought back, because I don't know whatever happened to the old stuff. I think I might have got rid of them. The first vinyl I ever bought back was Escape, because of the connotations with my nan, who is sadly no longer with us. So it hit harder when it was like, first one I gotta get back is clearly Escape. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna buy them back, I'm gonna buy them back right, and let's start off with something that has memories. So I bought Escape, loved it. I've played it to death. Like, I actually can't play it now. It skips at one point. Need to get a new one. But I bought everything back and more. Actually, like, I can vouch. Like, I got a shelf in that corner of every Michael Jackson album, and some singles, and some DVDs, and I've got every Michael Jackson album on vinyl, apart from Blood on the Dance Floor, because you can't buy that. And I guess this is it. But it's leave me alone. It's late. That's the third time I might have to wrap this up eventually. But yeah, I just like slowly started to love him more and more and more over the years. And then I took a little bit of a downtime, because, to be fair, all I would listen to was Michael Jackson, which gets a bit, you know what I mean? Like, you probably shouldn't do that. Like, after a while, it's just like, all right, you're listening to the same artist over and over and over again. You need to take a break and let it settle, come back in a bit. And then, like, he was still in the background, you know what I mean? Like, he never went off. Like, for the last few years, Michael Jackson's been my top artist on Spotify since, like, 2022. He probably will be this year, because, Jesus, I haven't stopped listening to him. And then April this year, the movie came out, and I was really happy, because I got to see it in Leicester Square with a friend from university. And it was insane. Critics have sort of said that the film is just a bit of a... They gently brush over his life, but I don't think that. I think that they really actually talk in detail about everything. I'm going into screensaver again. I think they are really, like, They really glove. They really talk about everything. Like they really do go in depth about his childhood and his everything. Like if you haven't seen the film, go and see it. I don't think it's in cinemas anymore, but get it on Apple TV, get it on Amazon Prime. Actually buy it. Don't pirate it. That's last week's issue about piracy. Actually buy it. It's worth the money. You'll love it. Um, but I remember watching it and crying for 2 hours because it was like I'm really connected to this person as an artist. Like I think Michael Jackson is an insane artist. And seeing that film was like, this is the only chance I'll really ever get to see him live. And I'm sure a lot of young people who like Michael will feel that because, or any dead artist really, like Prince or Amy Winehouse or anyone like that. Do you know what I mean? Like with Bohemian Rhapsody as well, it's like you'll never get to see the full Queen again because he's dead. Do you know what I mean? Like Freddie Mercury's passed on, and you'll like if you've now discovered Queen, you'll never see Queen in full again, and that's awful. Like it truly is a shame. No matter who you like Michael Jackson, Prince, Amy Winehouse, Queen, any of those people, Bonnie Tyler as of recently as well. Like you won't get to see these people live. The best you'll have is tribute acts or films, and even then, it's not them. Do you know what I mean? Like Michael Jackson isn't in the biopic. It's his nephew. It's not him. But like, Freddie Mercury wasn't in Bohemian Rhapsody. Whoever played, well, Amy Winehouse wasn't in the Amy Winehouse biopic. Do you know what I mean? It's insane, and unfortunately, that is just what happens. Do you know what I mean? Like people pass on, and their legacy lives on, but they obviously can't be there to see the day. And as a young person who actually does like that type of music, the only thing you have really is tribute acts, but it's not the same. Do you know what I mean? But back to Michael, I cried that entire film. Like it was insane. I came out the cinema screening, my eyes were bloodshot red. I just kept crying. I was in a state, and it might be a bit of an overreaction, but to be fair, because he's been in my life for so long, it also brought back the memories of like my nan and stuff. So it's not like I'm crying for no reason. I'm crying because there is a connection between Michael Jackson and my family. Do you know what I mean? And it's really sad. But I love Michael Jackson. I think that's all. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna take the glove off. So I'm gonna shake it off because it really hurts my fingers. Um, just the final notes. I think Michael Jackson is an insane artist. I think his legacy will live on for a while, and I'm not going to go too in depth about the actual issues, but even then, like there's going to be allegations. I think for the rest of time, someone's going to come out, and then his reputation will go down a bit, but then somehow everybody knows the truth, and it comes back up, like the movie. Like the movie's currently number one film apparently of 2026. Apparently, as of today, which is the 22nd, technically 23rd now because it's 12 o'clock, but 22nd, it beat the Super Mario Galaxy movie in the box office, which means it's now the highest grossing film of 2026. That's insane. And it's still growing. And even though, like, it's not showing in the UK anymore, and I don't think it's really showing in the US, barely, it's still growing, and streaming services, I think it was number one on Apple TV when I bought it. It's still growing, and it's still rising to the top. And obviously, you know, Michael was a bit of a controversial figure. I'm not saying he wasn't, but I'm not taking. That's not really what I discussed. You know what I mean? I'm discussing that his music is timeless. His music will live on forever. Billie Jean still gets played to this day on BBC Radio 2. I heard it the other day, and Smooth Radio and all of them. And it's his legacy will go on for a while, and I think that's awesome, and I'm really happy about that. But I'm not done learning yet about Michael because I am currently reading, as of now, the Jermaine Jackson book, You Are Not Alone. I'm showing it on camera. Only on YouTube the day after. You Are Not Alone by Jermaine Jackson. This is like everything that he experienced with Michael at that time. I'm not really that far in. I'm that far in of that much book. It's a long book. It's a really long book. It really goes on for ages, and my attention span's awful. But I'm still learning as well. I'm still like learning more about Michael, and I've made my decision. But yeah, we're not gonna get into it. And I think we'll wrap it up because I've yawned 3 times this podcast, and I think I've lost the spark a little because it's been a week since I've done a podcast actually. Ooh, but yeah, thank you for listening to Thoughts, Feelings, and Reflections week 4. 1 month in, insane. I'm gonna keep pumping these out until I give up, I think. I'm really enjoying it actually. It's really nice to also it's now got boosts in listeners, which is good. It's only because I promoted Help My Man Isolation account. Which that came out this week. And yeah, I think it's great, and I hope you will stick with me. That's the 4th year. Jesus Christ, holy shit. And I hope you will stick with me now for whatever rant. And I don't expect you to listen to every week, because to be fair, the first one was about classical music and driving, like that shit. Then it's about Man Isolation, which is probably interesting to people who've watched the film. And then it's about vinyl, and now it's about Michael Jackson. What's next? I don't know. I actually don't plan these ahead of time. I don't write notes. Like, I'm looking at the camera, but I'm looking at myself. I wish I could show you the viewfinder, like what I'm seeing, but I can't. I'm not looking at notes. I'm looking at my camera to make sure I look good. I always look good. And then I'm making sure that my phone is still connected and still running properly. It's on 6. No, it's not. Is it? No. But it's still like, I'm still making sure that everything's running smoothly. And I'm not looking at any notes. I just come up with if I have a topic, the topic will come up, and then straight away I'll just click record and just start yapping. Because I didn't plan the Michael Jackson one. Like, you can tell because I just leave gaps randomly. But, there you go. That was planned. I don't know what about. Anyway, that's week 4. Thank you for tuning in. It's been great. Let's keep going. Here's to another month. Yes. But yeah, thank you for listening to Thoughts, Feelings, and Reflections, week 4. I hope you have a great week. Have an amazing week. And I will see you this time next week for week 5. What are we talking about? I don't know. I'll probably record it tomorrow, because I like to batch record them and just schedule them. But yeah, thank you. Have a great night. Great night. I mean, if you listen to this at the right time, yeah. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Whatever. And, yeah, thank you very much. And, goodbye. Oh, no. Actually, follow me on socials. Not properly, but, like, Man Isolation stuff for future stuff. Screenplay archives on Substack and manisation.com, Man Isolation on TikTok and Instagram, on YouTube as well. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Spotify. That's the 5th one. Alright, I'm done now. I'm going to turn the recording off because that's what I'm doing. I'm still going. I'm still speaking. And I'm moving the laptop. Whoa. Alright. Goodbye. Good night. Goodbye. I'm done. Yeah, alright. I'm just going to turn it off now. Bye.